So in this video, let's quickly take a look at my trading screen, what I personally use for my day-to-day market tracking as well as trading. I believe in keeping it simple. This was not my screen earlier when I started or in the middle of my career at all, because it was much more cluttered with multiple indicators. But as time passes, as you trade more, you realize that less is more and powerful. So cutting down is how it works for me right now. I'm using the Iris Plus software here, and I'm going to walk you through the logic and rationale why my screen looks like this and why I'm plotting these indicators, and for what good reason. If you're using some other software, you can try and use or work on similar lines. So first things first, let me show you first that I use the daily chart as my main trade frame. Trade frame is a term which I use for the frame in which I'm doing the trade. So if I've opened the 5-minute chart, and if I'm doing a trade based on the 5-minute chart, I call this the trade frame. There are some other reasons to it, trade frame plus one and trade frame minus one, which I discuss in my training programs. Right? So you would have noticed daily is my by default chart, and I use the bar charts, not the Japanese candlesticks, but the bar chart. There is nothing wrong with the Japanese candlesticks. They are powerful, but the kind of trades that I do, the most important chart is the line chart, essentially the closing prices. And the bar chart is color coded based on the close to close. That's why I toggle between the bar and the line, the bar and the line. Okay. I use the awesome oscillator here for the trend definition. Then there are a combination of moving averages, which I use the 13, 21, 34 and all that. So I've taken the averages off, and I'm trying to replicate it with the help of some other indicators. I have a set of RSI and stochastics, which helps me in some trading, which I do, essentially swing trades like hide and seek and name and shoot. Those who have done art and science of trading with me, they would know about aim and shoot. But those who have done mentorship with me, they know all the list of strategies that we look into. Just this chart. There are 11 different strategies which we trade and we recommend. All of the 11 ones come from the chart which is open in front of you. There's a hook strategy, the contrarian, for which we use the Bollinger Band, which I have not plotted right now, just to keep the screen clean. Now what you should have is my first box, which I open every day in the software, is this one. This is called the price watch. I keep an eye on the Bank Nifty, the Nifty and the Nifty Bs, because when the market crashes, I tend to buy the Bs, Nifty Bs. And then the stock which is on my radar for that particular day. So today when the market opened, we had a short position on Havells. Let me quickly add it, Havells. And after the opening, we booked out. And after the booking out, Havells is no more under my watch list. I'm not interested in Havells anymore. Whatever trade I have to do, I'm done. There's no point of keeping it. I immediately remove the script. So I only keep an eye on the scripts which I have a current position, or I'm looking to take a current position. Baki mujhe dekhna nahi hai. Rest I'm not too much interested to look at. But I would also want to have a feel of the market. That is, which are the stocks which are recovering, which are the stocks breaking out, which are the stocks crashing down. So I run an event selector which quickly tells me which are the stocks doing what, high of the day, low of the day. It does not mean that if Tata Steel is hitting the high of the day, I have to forcefully do a trade in this. No. It's just that, okay, I can clearly see JSW, Tata Steel, Vedanta. So I can clearly understand that the metals are bouncing back. So metals are bouncing back is just the information that I gathered from this small tiny box. It does not mean I'm going to trade all the metal stocks or any of the metal stocks. If these metal stocks or any of these metal stocks happen to meet my criteria of a trading strategy, then I trade the metal stocks. The good thing about this chart is these are channels which I've drawn, and these are not channels drawn on price. These channels are essentially drawn based on RSI. This is a little advanced concept which I cover in the mentorship program only and nowhere else. And I tend to see that when bounce backs generally comes from these channel ends, especially on a closing basis, they are fairly strong bounce backs. Now Tata Steel, the fact that it's bouncing back, I will now probably look into a smaller time frame like a 15-minute or a 5-minute, just to check if I get any trading strategy out of this or not. Is this clear? Then on the top, let's say I have this derivative summary report open. This I mainly do for any kind of option trades or just to check the near month, far month difference. For example, as you can notice, I have interest today in ICICI Bank. So if I want to take a call or a put or something in ICICI Bank, come here in this box and I say ICICI Bank, all right, and I auto refresh it for like 60 seconds and I set refresh. When I do this, on the top I get three near month, next month and far month futures of ICICI Bank, and this is near month, call, put. So if I want to take a position on, let's say ICICI Bank is trading at around 366, I think it's going to go towards the 370-75 mark. Let me quickly check the near month call of 370 is trading at 8 rupees 65 paisa. It has probably the highest open interest built up in its strike prices in its option chain. So this information and what is the kind of PCR of that particular strike and probably the delta. So this, for this information, if I want to take in an options, I would definitely use this derivative summary box. Once in a while, I'll definitely keep a close watch on the market summary. The market summary is a quick box which tells me which are the stocks on today's particular trading session doing good or doing bad. Yes Bank, Tata Motors are the trades, are the stocks which are doing exceptionally good amongst the top traded stocks. I can also check the ones which are the best, the worst, the new highs and the new lows. I generally focus only on the top traded. So which are the stocks which are in the limelight today? The market is trading which stocks the maximum. So this is the F8 box. And the other understanding you can get from the index pullers and draggers also. When you come to the index pullers and draggers, it essentially gives you those stocks which are contributing the maximum to today's gain side or contributing maximum to today's losing side. So again, when you open this, the top three, Infi, TCS, HCL Tech, you clearly understand it's the IT which is dragging the market down. It is the metals which is helping the market bounce back. Right? So when you look around these few things, you get a sense, a pulse of the market. And there's one more thing I generally look into, which is not there. I'll plot it in front of you, which is the tick query. Tick query is a very powerful box which tells me which stocks are going through institutional interest of buying as well as selling, and that particular trade had happened right at the highest point of the day. So I keep these two boxes open. One is for the positive trade, the other one is for the negative trade. That is, a trade happens at the highest point of the day or a trade happens at the lowest point of the day with significant volumes. Once these criteria are met, these two boxes will start to populate with those name of those stocks. So my criteria I've given is QTY greater than 20. In this case it's lots. So number of lots should be more than 20. If I make it 5, then it's less. And I say close equal to high. So at the current juncture, at the current price, the closing price and the high price are the same. So this essentially tells me it's a positive momentum. Similarly, if you come to the tick query on the negative side, I've said close equal to low and I've given 20. If I reduce it to 10 or 5, of course, you will get more ideas at the lowest point. So as you see over here, Tata Steel, HDFC has started populating. Tata Steel at 491.90, and if you allow me to just drag this a little further, with a 20 paisa price difference, 9 lots were traded and the value was around 47 lakhs. So we gave 5, you remember, that's why this came. I generally don't give 5 because 5 will throw a lot of trades. I generally use 20. 20 essentially, 20 lots. So all I can do is drag it back here and I can right click and I say clear. Okay, clear. Yeah. So now it's going to run on 20 lots. So 20 lots on one particular trade is a pretty big trade, which I would like to know which is happening right at the highest point of the day or the lowest point of the day. So when the stock is at the highest point of the day, some institution or someone is buying or selling 20 lots at one shot. So of course it is worth keeping a look at, taking a look at. So these are the two technical queries which are run. So essentially what I'm saying, first box is my interest. This is the most important. Then what's happening in the market right now as it rolls on? What's happening institutionally? So Tata Steel now, someone bought more than 20 lots for sure, 29 lots. So short covering or buying definitely happening. This information, that's it. It may lead to a trade, it may not lead to a trade. Similarly, some institutional buying, some institutional selling, and if I have to look into the option price chain and etc., strike chain and etc., then for this box. There are other aspects to this software and all other softwares. You cannot keep everything open, but considering it is just my laptop screen, only one screen. If you have multiple screens, 2 or 4, you can actually load a lot, but only load that much which is useful. So if you would have noticed, when I started this video, I did not have the tick query open, because at this juncture I don't need the tick query. I'm done with my trades. I don't have any open positions. Only one open position I have, Friday. I don't want to look into tick query. I don't actually don't wish to. So only look at the stuff that matters to you and your trading decisions. The more you look at, the more chance of you getting confused. All right. Thank you.